Hey guys, and we are mere hours away from the Nintendo Switch 2's launch, and I wanted to discuss one final thing surrounding the discourse before the console actually releases and I get my hands on one, and that is the sales. It is really one thing that both sides of the Nintendo Switch 2 discourse are kind of obsessive about, and I think it's kind of unnecessary. But before we get started, I wanted to thank everyone for helping me reach 30,000 subscribers, and like I promised, I will be giving away a copy of Mario Kart World. To enter, include the words "Stay Perky" in your comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The giveaway will end on June 15th. So, with one side of the Switch 2 discourse, the people defending the console, a lot of people are focusing on the pre-orders and the launch of the Switch 2, kind of gauging its success on that, and I totally get the excitement around, like, the pre-orders selling out. I mean, that could almost be frustrating to a degree, and people, like, kind of getting excited about, like, the launch and everything. I'm excited about the Switch 2, I won't deny that, but I feel like some people are making assumptions that are a bit too far and kind of reaching a bit, I would say, because it really is too early to tell with the information that we know. But some people are thinking that the Switch 2 is automatically going to be a success on the level of the Switch 1 because the launch is so big and the pre-orders are selling out. Because that's not really an indication. Like the Wii U, a similar thing was happening with the Wii U, like pre-orders were selling out and like it was sold out for quite a while, but we all know what happened with the Wii U. It ended up failing. And I'm not saying that the Switch 2 is gonna fail. I think it's very unlikely that it's gonna fail. It's probably gonna be a moderate success, I would say, if not a decently big success. I don't think it's gonna be as big as the Switch 1, but I do think it is going to be a fairly big console in terms of like sales and everything. But at the same time, we really can't tell based on the information that we know yet. I think you really can't gauge it off of the launch or like shortly after launch. You really have to look at like several months after the console to get a clearer picture of how the console is going to sell. So it's probably going to take months before we get a better idea of how it's going to sell. And the thing is, with people being excited or defending the console, I mean, those are two different things, but like they definitely have some overlap. But for the people justifying their purchase of the Nintendo Switch 2, I feel like you really don't need the sales to do so. I feel like some people really kind of need something to hold on to, like when justifying their purchase. And I know that's not the case for everyone, I'm not generalizing here, but I kind of do see that sentiment among some people, and it really is unnecessary. Like, I don't think you really have to justify your purchase other than the fact that you're enjoying the console and having a lot of fun with it. Like, that's really the only criteria that I need to enjoy a video game console. That's probably going to be the case for me for the Switch 2. I don't care if a console sells well or not. I mean, I do care I don't want it to, like, be a Wii U level of, like, failure and everything, but still, I'm still gonna enjoy the console, even if it sells poorly. I played the Wii U when it was the relevant console, and I still really enjoyed it, despite the fact that it was one of Nintendo's biggest failures. So, if you're excited about the Nintendo Switch 2, really, the only thing you need to justify your purchase and excitement of the console is just enjoying it. Enjoying the games that are on it. I feel like obsessing over the sales is just really unnecessary. Unless you're just kind of interested in it and are kind of predicting Nintendo's sales and everything, or interested in a specific series. Like, I think one case for being interested in the sales, or if it's like a video game series that you want to succeed and get sequels and different things, like how I was talking about Thousand Year Door or Mario and Luigi Brothership and different things like that, I think that is perfectly fine. But in other cases, I feel like sometimes obsessing over the sales too much can kind of be unnecessary. And this goes for the other side as well, who are hating on the console. The sodium chloride crowd that are really just trying to push content out for attention. And I'm just gonna say that these people are different than the people who are legitimately critical of the console, like Demeech and Nintending to a degree. So I feel like there are people who are legitimately critical of the console and the games. So I think that's perfectly fine, but there are some people who are obsessively hating over the console or are a bit flawed with their criticism, because I've seen people say that they want the Nintendo Switch 2 to fail, and while I understand that sentiment, I feel like at that point it's like a little obsessive. Like if the Switch 2 like sells well and people are like disappointed by that, like, oh man, I can't believe it's actually selling well, like, come on. Go touch grass at that point. That is a really terminally online kind of sentiment to have. Like, I totally get being, like, against a lot of the practices, the anti-consumer practices that Nintendo has. But at the same time, like, a successor to the Nintendo Switch very likely isn't gonna sell poorly, and I feel like you really shouldn't focus all of your energy on getting disappointed that the console is selling well, because I see people that are legitimately disappointed that, like, pre-orders are selling out and things. I think the healthiest thing to do is just to continue being critical and, like, pointing out, like, flaws and things, and just, if you're not interested in it, just don't buy it. Like I said, like, criticism is completely okay, so I think it's fine that people are being critical and just voicing their opinions on things. So I just think obsessing over the sales on that other side is also kind of unnecessary as well, because I kind of learned my lesson from that a while ago when I was just obsessively hating over Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But I mean, like, the thing is with Scarlet and Violet, I genuinely do not like those games. But I was like super disappointed when they ended up selling well. But just like when I thought later on, I was like, it really doesn't matter, because Pokemon games are gonna sell anyway. And there are different ways of trying to voice your opinions other than just being disappointed about it selling well. Like, actually, like, discussing your flaws with it, because a lot of these things are going to sell well, like, regardless. I mean, I know that's like a common like thing that people say when defending them, but like, in a lot of ways, it's really hard to try to, like, actually get people to boycott these things. So it really isn't worth the energy, kind of like getting disappointed about sales. So I think both of these sides of the Nintendo Switch 2 discourse are just kind of a bit obsessive, I would say. Like, sales in the end for, like, the Nintendo Switch 2 really aren't gonna matter as much to you as an individual that much. Like, I think game sales matter a bit more when it comes to, like, a series that you like, and even then, it's not, like, that big of a thing to kind of be obsessed with and everything. So that's kind of my thoughts on everything. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I'm mostly trying to be neutral on this. I'm not like a hater. I'm not like overly defending it. I'm excited about the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm really looking forward to picking it up tomorrow. But I do think some aspects of the console and the games are a bit weird. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!